make sure you're subscribed to Jerkrispy.
What's up, y'all? Show us most death. We're back in the video. How PlaqueBoyMax went from 0 to a millionaire. That's gonna be us one day, y'all. Can't wait, bro. I don't know when. Might not happen right now. And it might not happen later. But sooner or later down this lifeline, we're gonna be a millionaire. I promise you, we're gonna have the big celebration of the year. Might do some crazy stuff. But for all my new subscribers, welcome to the channel. It's your host, the most, the best, the most crispy. Y'all do me a quick favor. Subscribe. It's free 99. It won't hurt you just to click the button and tell a friend or family that your boy Crispy on the way. Follow our social media. And y'all already know we're on the road to 500. Get it?
Would you guys believe me if I told you PlaqueBoyMax was completely broke and spent his last bit of money learning how to build a PC out of desperation so he could start doing YouTube and streaming with no guarantee that this would work out?
I had like a couple $1,000s to my name. I spent a large chunk of it buying this PC. I had no idea how to build a PC.
His early life was so difficult. Life was a constant struggle, fueling his determination to get out of his environment and make it in life.
I sat in my house all day thinking, how am I gonna make it? I had no idea. I was willing to give up everything. I basically gave up my whole last summer. I didn't leave the house. You see how many sacrifices I have to make?
When most people see PlaqueBoyMax, they think of a funny, creative, and influential YouTuber and streamer. But little do y'all know, PlaqueBoyMax wasn't always like this. He was struggling, and life wasn't so easy for him. With the background he came from, statistically, he wasn't even supposed to make it. But even when life had him down, he kept on pushing. In this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how—
Why you always say that everything? Oh, what life he living? He wasn't even supposed to make it. Why you do that, dog? KM. When I KA. Why you always do that, bro? Oh, come on, man.
PlaqueBoyMax went from broke to rich. Now let's go way back to the beginning. Remember when I was saying the chances of PlaqueBoyMax becoming rich and famous was super low? Yeah, it was difficult. PlaqueBoyMax, also known as Maxwell Elliott Dent, was born in West Orange, New Jersey on April 3rd, 2003. He was raised in a working middle-class two-parent household, with his father's name being Keith Dent, who works professionally as a life coach.
Oh, hey, Max, what's up? You ready to be on stream?
Oh, man, Keith.
Yo, what would Keith do?
Yeah, that's my dad. As y'all know, everyone knows, you know, the fan favorite. Tell him about yourself.
Nothing to tell, just glad that you're home. Keith Dent, 50-something.
And his mother's name being Priscilla Gordon Dent, who works professionally as a vice president in human resources.
Okay.
Party! Tell him about yourself. Anything?
Hey, be nice to my son.
Okay.
He's a good kid.
My first name's Priscilla. I am 58 years old.
Both PlaqueBoyMax's mom and dad had 3 kids in total,
Well,
with
at least
Max
I ain't
being the
the
middle
one.
child.
Not 58. My people old too, so you know, not telling y'all the ages. Y'all gonna be like, now what's going on? Why you don't want to tell me that age? Shoot, you don't need to know. You don't need to know.
Max has an older sister named Olivia Dent, who works as an account executive in the fashion industry.
Okay.
Oh, my sister, Olivia. You should probably private your Instagram.
I ain't never knew you had a sister. I thought you was the only child. I'm not gonna hold you, Max. Well, at least I know before I meet you in person.
Like a day.
I did. I taught him everything he knows.
Yeah, she's the fashion one in the family, you know, the cool one, you know. I'm just me.
Olivia, 26, and I work in public relations.
And a younger brother named Nicholas Dent, who's currently a college student at Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Nicholas Dent, say your age.
I'm 17 years old.
You in school? You got a job? What you doing right now?
Yeah, I'm in school.
Yeah, he should be 19 now. It's 24. Yeah, like 24. So like, the year 2024. So he should be like 19 now.
You know, I work on the
Well,
side.
going to be 19 this
You
year.
don't have a job.
Bring it in.
Group hug, I only get to see them so much. You know, I love my family. Shout out my aunt too. You know.
PlaqueBoyMax is fully African American, but in one of his streams, he decided to do an ancestry DNA test and found out that his ethnic heritage is much more complicated than he thought.
My whole life, I never knew where I was from. Cameroon, Congo, Western Bantu people. Okay, so I'm Cameroonian. Do y'all make good food?
Golly, bro. They be right there, bro. Like, come on, man. And I'll take majority of the spots. Yeah. Big guy. I wish this come on, man. You know, yeah. Look at that one. Oh, there you go.
Botswanian, Kenya, England, Northern, Western Europe, Benin and Togo, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigerian. I'm African as hell, man. I'm African as hell. Mali, Senegal, Eastern Bantu, and Norway. I'm 1% Asian.
Yeah.
So basically, PlaqueBoyMax is pretty much
I ought to do some stuff like that. Try to see how, well, like other races that it is to me.
African, a portion European, and a little bit of Asian. He even made a joke saying that he would switch his ethnicity based on the type of girl he would talk to.
To my beautiful brown-skinned women, I'm Cameroonian, I'm Ivory Coastian, and I'm Nigerian. To my Beckys, I'm Scottish, I'm Ireland. I can pull out the crumpets on you.
Growing up, PlaqueBoyMax always had an interest in sports such as basketball, and he also had a huge interest in music. On top of his hobbies, he was really into his academics. Max was a smart kid because when he was only in elementary school in 2013, at the age of 9 or 10 years old, being a student at Hazel Avenue Elementary School, he was honored as one of the brightest young students in the nation at a statewide award ceremony for academically advanced children, sponsored by the Johns Hopkins University Center of Talented Youth. And to put that into perspective, Johns Hopkins University is one of the top leading medical schools in the United States, so to be recognized by them at an early age is ridiculously insane. On top of that, this was a national recognition earned by only a small fraction of participants. Max was one of over 40,000 students from more than 120 countries who took the rigorous above grade level test, and only 25 to 30% of them were honored at an award ceremony. This achievement highlights his exceptional academic potential and shows that his brilliance extended to different avenues in life. Even though Max was exceptionally sharp at such a young age, he would live a relatively normal early life. But as Max was in his middle school years, there were some early signs that some things he was doing would be the tipping point to major changes in his life. It all started with Max's interest for basketball. He enjoyed the sport so much that sometime in 2015, he would create his first YouTube channel called Max Got Next. PlaqueBoyMax would post basketball highlights with him and his friends and vlogs. And let me tell you this, bro was cooking.
I'm not even gonna keep track this time because everyone's gonna ask in the comments.
And while that original channel has been deleted, or I don't even know, it just doesn't exist anymore, it's widely documented that this is where his journey truly began. Max would continue making content like this all throughout the rest of his middle school years, with a few funny musicallys and random projects here and there. Max would continue making this type of content all the way up until he entered high school at West Orange High School in New Jersey in August 2017.
This video is from 2017. I was a freshman in high school.
September 11th, 2017, bro. I forgot this video ever existed.
Even though these videos weren't really serious and they were Max's early attempts of content creation, they created the foundation of PlaqueBoyMax's early love for storytelling and video editing, allowing him to experiment creatively and share his interests. At this point in time, it wasn't about money, fame, or anything like that at this stage. It was authentic, hands-on content driven by genuine passion. It was now the year 2018, and PlaqueBoyMax was now a sophomore in high school. PlaqueBoyMax was still making content. However, Max temporarily decided to follow a different lane. His overall passion for basketball and genuine skill allowed him to join his high school's basketball team sometime in late 2018, as on his Huddle page, which is a sports video analysis and performance platform used by coaches and athletes to analyze and share game and practice data to improve performance, shows that he created the account in December 2018. He was primarily a point guard for the team. Now, after taking a peek at his highlights, it was clear Max was really good at the sport. However, his dreams for playing basketball long-term and professionally were unfortunately cut short because Max's height was a major issue. He was only listed as 5'9", and other sources claimed that Max was 5'7". Now, it's not to say 5'7" or 5'9" isn't a good height. It's the average male height worldwide, but obviously to be considered to.
It's all right. At least I know I'm not the only short one in like 5'8". So it happened, you know. They don't love us small people in the world. They just want the tall people. And after the tall people don't even want to be playing sports. They want to be working in offices and want to be business people.
To even join a basketball league professionally, you have to be significantly taller than that or extremely good at the game. So unfortunately, this was a dream-shattering realization for Max. So Max had to be realistic and pivot to something else. But instead of letting that crush his ambition, PlaqueBoyMax decided to go all in on his other passion, content creation. It was now the year 2019, and PlaqueBoyMax was closing out his sophomore year of high school and about to enter his junior year of high school. And that's where the summer of 2019 becomes a key chapter in his story. PlaqueBoyMax took a job at a local basketball camp as a summer camp coach.
What I did, I worked counselors. Yes, I worked a job. I was a camp counselor. I hated those kids. But I did it. I did what I had to do.
Even though PlaqueBoyMax didn't enjoy the job as much, it was a bridge, a way for him to leverage his basketball knowledge and the money he'd get from the coaching program to fund his content creation dream and other life necessities. And at some point during that summer camp, Kyrie Irving's own father, Drederick Irving, visited the summer camp as well to help coach the kids and give them advice. You could even see a little bit of Max's head peep out in the corner of this picture. If you don't know who Kyrie and Drederick Irving are, Kyrie Irving is a famous basketball player in the NBA, and his father, Drederick Irving, was a former basketball player. So I'm sure the presence of Drederick Irving was definitely a form of inspiration for Max to lock in and be consistent with whatever passion he saw fit in life. The summer of 2019 was coming to a close and ending soon, and the new school year was in the horizon. It was now late 2019. PlaqueBoyMax was now a junior in high school. But for Max, this wasn't just another year of high school. It was the start of a new chapter. He now had the vision and the money from his summer job to fund it. But this time, PlaqueBoyMax wasn't gonna do it alone. Max linked up with a crew of his friends, Nick and Maurice, and a handful of other people that would pop in from time to time. And on September 30th, 2019, they made their move. This wasn't Max Got Next anymore. This was the birth of the Basement Boys. Their first video that's uploaded publicly was titled Would You Rather with Strangers at the Mall, which was uploaded on September 30th, 2019.
Would you rather give me $1 or give him your number?
$1.
Both of you? Damn. She laughing too hard. Damn, that's not that funny. Like, damn, just say you needed $1, bro. Like, my dog ain't that chopped now. It be some ugly dudes, but my dog ain't that chopped now.
So you gotta give me $1.
I don't have a
That's how this works.
For Max, starting a group channel was a strategic move. It combined his love for content with the raw energy of his friends. With multiple personalities, there were more ideas and less pressure on him to carry every video, allowing him to experiment with a variety of formats that would soon become their bread and butter. Chaotic rap battles.
Hey, I got an A in lunch. You don't know never switch. And I got a B in math. And a D in your.
Public interviews.
Can you make me laugh?
Used to thinking you're cute for me.
Pranks and more. Throughout late 2019 and into early 2020, the engine behind the Basement Boys was all Max. Max took on the role of the primary video editor for every single video. The workload was immense. It would often take him up to 30 hours to produce and edit a single 10-minute video. And I can understand that pain. It takes a lot to make these videos alone. From research to scripting to video editing, thumbnails, sound engineering, and much more. So for him to handle all that burden at the age of 16 and 17 must have been a huge stress, on top of him trying to juggle being a basketball player on his high school team and his social life. But Max never gave up. He was meticulously crafting each video in a unique way to stand out. The experience became his personal training ground, sharpening his skills not just in editing, but in directing and creative leadership. Their high-energy, clip-based content was also easily transferable to the rapidly growing platform at the time, TikTok. It wouldn't be until the Basement Boys made a video called Exposing SoundCloud Rappers, a video that would get millions of views and where the channel would truly take off. This was the Basement Boys' signature format. So for the next 2 years, they would ride that SoundCloud rapper wave as their popular videos would carry that tag inside of them. Their influence grew to the point that they even got a co-sign from the YouTuber Flight Reacts, who reacted to their content in March 23rd, 2020, with the video sitting at now over 1.5 million views.
Go right back and I pull up irrelevant. Evil like Maleficent.
Yo! By early 2021, the Basement Boys were a legitimate success. So much of a success that they blew past 100,000 subscribers. During the first quarter of 2021, the group were sent a silver play button plaque by YouTube, which is an award to commemorate creators hitting 100,000 subscribers. But the plaque became a quiet symbol of a growing imbalance. Max kept it. In his view, he had earned it. PlaqueBoyMax came up with most of the video ideas and did a lot of the work for the channel, while his friends would primarily just show up to help him film.
Why did you take the plaque? Oh, because I did all the work. That might though, but I would edit all the videos. I came up with damn near every video idea. They would show up, they would help, but it was like I was doing everything.
This feeling was amplified by a gift from his sister. PlaqueBoyMax got a mug that read Max the Editor that she gave to him because he liked drinking tea.
I have a cup. My sister got me a cup that literally say Max the Editor.
But after receiving the mug, Max thought to himself, wow, do I want to have a Chris Next Door situation where I'm only known as the editor? Because before Chris Next Door became a known AMP member in front of the camera, which is a popular YouTube group, he was their video editor. Max knew he wanted to be his own brand, not just a guy in the background of a group.
And since that day, I realized, do I want to be known as some Chris Next Door? And what I mean by that is, you remember when Chris was just known as the editor? And no, I didn't want to be known as just that. So I'm like, damn, bro, I need to lock in with myself.
It was around this time that Max's perspective on his own future was changed by one of the biggest streamers in the world, Aiden Ross. Max had always thought streaming was for dorks and was lame as hell. But when he saw Aiden streaming with the rapper Lil TJ, he realized, hold on, you can do this stuff besides just gaming?
Aiden was my biggest inspiration, bro. Aiden's the reason I started streaming, because I thought streaming was for dorks. Thought you're going to play games. I never ever had Twitch, and then he did a stream with Lil TJ, and I'm like, hold on, you can do other besides just gaming on here.
And in that moment, Max knew what he really wanted to do. He wanted to start streaming.
And I'm like, wow, bro.
And look at him now, man. Now he got his own brand called the Big Five. Star Five.
Fueled by his new inspiration, Max started brainstorming a name for his own brand. He thought of goofy names like Ayo Saucy.
Name ideas, right? February 13, 2021. I was gonna name myself Ayo Saucy.
And some other variations that never made the cut.
Self-made Max, Max up next. Red Kuna, Slimy Male, Slutty Male, Jiggy Male, Max on Pluto, Max on Mars, Sloppy Gelati.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all know why Max didn't choose those. Like, bro, what? Sloppy Gelati? What? What does that even mean? But after spending countless time figuring out his new brand identity, Max seemed to be onto something. He looked at the YouTube plaque he had earned through his 30-hour editing grind from the Basement Boys YouTube channel and thought to himself,
I had a plaque because of my channel Basement Boy, and I was like, damn, I'm trying to give myself a nickname. Let me make a name that applies to my life. I'm walking around my room, the plaque was sitting right there where the LeBron bobblehead at, and then I'm like, yo. But yeah, so I seen the plaque and I was like, damn, Plaque Boy.
And on April 6, 2021, he officially created the name and the channel PlaqueBoyMax. On April 22nd, 2021, Max put out a tweet showing his current follower and subscriber counts across all of his social media platforms. A post that's crazy to look back on now. Just 3 days later, his first official stream went live on April 25th, 2021. The transition was swift. Max would appear in
almost to my birthday. That's like right after my birthday on the 26th.
Last Basement Boys video on July 11th, 2021. And because Max was the primary engine doing most of the work for the channel, the group was only able to post one final video on July 27th before the channel went silent and everybody moved on with their lives. But starting over wasn't easy. When PlaqueBoyMax started streaming, the massive audience from the Basement Boys didn't come with him immediately. Nobody really cared at first, so he had to keep grinding from the bottom all over again. In the end, Basement Boys was more than just a successful channel. It was the essential launchpad, the training ground that forced Max to define his own brand and discover his own passions. This channel helped him prepare for the solo grind that would lead to his final evolution as PlaqueBoyMax. As of today, the Basement Boys channel is still vacant and is sitting at just over 190,000 subscribers, almost close to 200,000. As the school year of 2021 progressed, Max, now a senior in high school, was at a crossroads. He already pivoted from the basketball dream.
I didn't really know what direction I wanted wanted to go. I wanted to play basketball, but I really like doing this content.
And he'd taste success with the Basement Boys.
Had no groundwork. Like, I had Basement Boys, but I didn't know what I was gonna do.
But he knew he didn't want to be known as just one of those guys in a group. He wanted to build his own brand. Society, his school, and the expectations of a high-achieving student all pointed towards one path: college. But to Max, college felt like a trap. It meant student loan debt, it took up all of his time, and it didn't even guarantee a job. Max believed that he could be successful without it. But Max faced his biggest challenge yet: convincing his parents, let alone even telling them about his ideas.
Yeah, some parents don't agree with your ideas and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's that crazy.
This decision wasn't easy, because on paper, Max was the perfect candidate for any university. As PlaqueBoyMax graduated high school in May of 2021, he was leaving with an incredible 4.2 GPA.
What was your GPA when you graduated? 4.2?
In fact, on May 18th, 2021, West Orange High School held its virtual AP award ceremony. Among those honored for outstanding academic performance, a recognition for students who received a perfect score of 5 on one or more of their AP exams, was Maxwell Dent, aka PlaqueBoyMax. So with an insanely great academic record in Max's hand, he did what any strategically minded kid would do to persuade his parents. Max prepared a formal 30-page Google Slides presentation for why he didn't want to go to college.
I made a PowerPoint for my parents, 30-slide PowerPoint, explaining why I don't need to go to college and why I want to take a gap year to focus on streaming.
I was really doing edits and everything. I don't even know where this picture is from.
Max laid out his plan to take a gap year and to go full-time as a streamer and turn his passion into a serious career.
Basically, it's just saying college takes up a lot of time. It's expensive.
It don't guarantee a job.
What will I do in this time? Devoting majority of my time to content creation. Learn how to function as an adult in society. I knew it was going to be more than a gap year. I knew it was going to be a gap life. I'm never going to college, but you know, sometimes you just got to twist your words to really just fit it in. You feel me? Pause though.
After 30 pages of that Google Slides presentation, surprisingly, Max's parents gave him their blessing and agreed with the plan.
Somehow my parents just believed in me and was like, I mean, my parents have always believed in me, so I appreciate them. And they were like, you got this.
With the green light from the two head honchos in the house, it was time for Max to lock in. Max's first move was to invest his last couple $1,000s into the single most important tool for his new career, a brand new PC and setup.
And I still don't got no PC. I got a Windows. A Windows 10.
Like a couple $1,000s to my name.
Windows 10,
I spent that money, a large chunk of it, buying this PC.
But there was a problem. This was the peak of the 2021 crypto mining boom. PC parts, especially graphics cards, were ridiculously expensive and nearly impossible to find. So on top of dealing with inflated prices, Max, who had no idea how to build a computer, had to spend countless days learning every single component.
When I tell you, the hardest part was doing the research, and I did it basically all myself. I had no idea how to build a PC. What the f even goes in a computer?
It was the ultimate gamble. If he messed up any part of the delicate building process, he would have wasted his hard-earned money, setting his dream back before it even began. It was a massive risk, but Max knew what he was signing up for. He knew that this was just a bump in the road to his ultimate success as a content creator. With Max's new computer successfully built and his parents' trust on the line, the gap year had officially begun. The safety net of having a traditional path to success in life was gone. Now all Max had to do was follow his dreams. When Max first started streaming, his first streams would average 20 viewers on the low end and maybe peaking at 40. His early content was a mix. He'd play games like NBA 2K20 and 2K21, GTA 5, and even Roblox. But he also began leaning into what he knew and loved from his time with the Basement Boys. With their SoundCloud rapper series, PlaqueBoyMax leaned more into the underground hip-hop music scene. Max intentionally decided to react to and showcase up-and-coming rappers, and people loved it. To execute this, Max adopted a crazy workflow. Max would stream every other day, and on his off days, he would edit his streams to upload them as highlights on his YouTube channel at the time, which was called Max Burner. Max would lock in and edit his Twitch VODs into 5 to 30-minute long-form videos. And the goal was simple: use the YouTube algorithm to build an audience that he could funnel back into his Twitch streams.
Twitch has no discoverability. AKA, you go on Twitch, you're not just gonna randomly most likely find a new stream. When you go on YouTube,
yeah, bro. At best, bro, just like this whole what I'm thinking I'm gonna do. Just run up my views on all my channels and just tell them to come over to watch live streams and stuff like that. at different platforms and stuff like that. Not just gonna stay on one platform. Just how that goes.
You could find a new YouTuber, now you start binge watching it. Now you go to their Twitch. That's how a lot of people found me at first. So that's why I realized how important YouTube was, so that's why I pushed it so hard.
And Max's consistent reactions to these underground artists became his golden ticket, signaling the niche he was about to dominate. Now initially, the grind was slow, but it was working. Eventually, on May 23rd, 2021, the first tangible sign of progress arrived. PlaqueBoyMax hit 1,000 followers on Twitch. It wasn't a massive number, but it was proof that his system was working and that a real community was forming around his blunt, honest, and funny personality. Max had spent a little over a month building his new foundation, brick by brick. He had his system, he had his niche, and now he had a small but fiercely loyal audience. All Max needed was one perfect spark to ignite the entire thing, and that spark was coming sooner than anybody could have ever imagined. Wanna know the real difference between creators who blow up and the ones who get stuck? It's not talent. Max gave up his entire summer spending countless hours in his house just thinking, trying to architect a master plan for his career.
I was willing to give up everything. I basically gave up my whole last summer. I didn't leave the house. I sat in the house all day, not even making vids, because at that point I was going through a lot of I sat in my house all day trying to think of ideas. How the f I'm gonna make it? How am I gonna make it? I had no idea.
By the beginning of June, Max...
You can say that again, bro. I do this every single day. Late nights, thinking about, damn, bro. It's slowly getting there, but I want that mother to just shoot up and keep going and just not stop shooting, bro, and just keep going like a machine gun. Never run out of bullets, ever. That's where I'll be like preaching and praying to myself that I hope that could happen. Real talk.
Max's numbers were still modest. On June 9th, 2021, PlaqueBoyMax had just over 1,000 followers on Twitch and around 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. But this grind wasn't random. PlaqueBoyMax already carved out his niche by consistently reacting to underground hip-hop content. His authentic personality and early reactions got him noticed by the very artists he was covering, which led him to have him locked in deeper into the underground community by going on Instagram Live with artists like Tana and Young Chris.
I was already in the community. I used to go on IG Live with like Tana and Chris. Chris became my friend.
These interactions fueled his growth even more, and he had now cultivated a dedicated seed audience that was primed for exactly what was about to happen. And then came a spark that would ignite the fire. On June 10th, 2021, Max uploaded a YouTube video of his live Twitch reaction to the song Antisocial 2 by the underground artist Tana, and it wasn't a normal music review. It was a raw, unfiltered, emotional event, and Max was visibly crying on the stream. Like I'm talking about, bro was bawling his eyes out with how beautiful the song was. It was a level of intense, genuine emotion that was impossible to ignore. Honestly, this moment was perfect, and the explosion was almost immediate. A clip of Max's emotional reaction was posted to TikTok, and it went crazy viral, racking up millions of views. Max amplified this by sharing highlight clips across his platforms, creating a multi-platform loop that funneled a tidal wave of new viewers to his ecosystem. It was the perfect moment, the right creator reacting to the right artist in front of a pre-built community, amplified by the perfect platform. And the impact on Max's channel was insane. His average Twitch viewership, which had been stuck in the 20 to 40 viewers range, jumped to a consistent 50 to 100 viewers per stream. He went from struggling for followers to gaining on average 100 new Twitch followers a day. And that growth was relentless. By August 31st, 2021, PlaqueBoyMax had officially tripled his following, hitting over 3,000 followers on Twitch. His YouTube channel, fueled by the viral highlights, was growing even faster. And based on Max's trajectory, it's estimated by at that same time, he surpassed over 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. There's this thing on YouTube called average view duration and watch time. Average view duration measures the percentage of how many people watched your video throughout, and watch time is the number of hours people spent on your video. So the higher your view duration, the higher your watch time. YouTube wants people to stay on their platform and watch more videos, so your video has to be entertaining to get that high viewer duration and watch time. Have you guys ever watched a YouTuber or a streamer, sat down and thought, why do people watch this guy? He's so boring. Well, Max's personality and style of content was the complete opposite of that. To maintain his viewers' attention, he would have really great energy, he was funny, and his reactions were top tier. I mean, come on now, bro was literally crying. The Antisocial 2 reaction was a proof of of concept. It proved that his raw, authentic personality was his superpower. Max now had the formula, a rapid growing audience, and the momentum he had been grinding for all summer. The question was no longer if he could make it, but how fast he could go. It was now the third quarter of 2021, and on September 18th, 2021, Max locked in, committing to stream every single day until the end of that year. And during this period, his average viewership soared to around 100 viewers. Music, as always, was at the core of Max's content style. Just like the SoundCloud rapper series that blew him up on the Basement Boys, Max found immense success by not only just reacting to music and other videos, but by actively making his own music on stream. And while many streamers reacted to music, what set Max apart was strictly Max's sharp focus on the underground hip-hop scene, the music he genuinely loved, and a community known for its huge fan base. But Max being tapped into the underground separated him from other content creators that made reaction style content. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, Max would turn his live stream into stream highlights, in which he would upload to his YouTube channel. However, there was another strategy Max was doing. Max was doing this strategy called clip farming, and honestly, he was doing it before clip farming even had a proper name. Basically, what Max would do is that he would cut funny or outrageous Twitch moments of his live stream into under 1-minute clips and posted them across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. This multi-platform strategy of micro-marketing maximized his exposure and pulled new audiences to go and watch his Twitch. And if they weren't interested in watching the live stream, they could easily subscribe to his highlights channel
Oh yeah, that's actually good.
on YouTube, so the audience could catch up on his streams at their own convenience. Over time, Max's fan base became so cult-like and loyal that they even began to do the work for him, clipping and editing and reposting his own content without him even needing to do so, amplifying his reach far beyond his own uploads. And with all these efforts, by October 31st, 2021, PlaqueBoyMax officially hit 5,000 followers on Twitch. And by December 2021, as the year drew a close, PlaqueBoyMax reached 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. And Max wrapped up 2021 with 8,000 Twitch followers.
And
At
that
this
was
point,
during quarantine, mind you. Quarantine was so freaking crazy, son. It was a lot of people that I met. I got Max during quarantine. Your Rage, I was what other dudes I was messing with in quarantine? Your Rage, Max. I was watching Bruce. Like it's a lot of people I was watching, but like those was the main three I was like watching on like live streams and stuff like that consistently and watching clips. But you know, YouTube, I always watch all my YouTubers because they was posted consistently too and stuff like that.
time, Max had only been streaming for 8 months and he was already seeing significant numbers. So 2022 was gonna be a crazy year. By the beginning of 2022, Max truly started to see the rewards of his hard work as he went viral on all of his social media platforms. Max consistently posted around 20 videos within the first 30 days of 2022 alone, with many of those videos averaging at over 100,000 views and outlier videos hitting over 1 million. This explosive growth that Max had was partially fueled by his expansion of his content. Max started to interact more directly with his growing fan base, in which he named the community 5-Star. Another thing that helped Max out was that he had a My Viewers video series where he would do random Google form confessions, viewer highlights, and even orchestrate e-dates on Discord. This became super popular because these live community interactions and events drove higher watch times for Max and video retention because his audience wanted to be in the videos. And because of this rapidly shot PlaqueBoyMax to hit 10,000 followers on Twitch on January 8th, 2022. And just a week later, the ultimate validation for any rising streamer arrived. On January 16th, 2022, PlaqueBoyMax uploaded a video called It's Happening. In this video, Max announces to his audience that he finally officially became a Twitch partner.
Finally partner.
That's
bro.
cool.
Partner, bro. I don't know how to feel, bro. Like, I feel good, I feel amazing, but it's just like, this make me want to work even harder.
Being a Twitch partner meant that Max could properly do this full time.
If I ever get like a partnership with any streaming platform, bro, that made me want to work 10 times harder. I'm on my grind. I'm not going to no type of sleep. Like, bro, we up to like 6 o'clock in the morning, all the way back to 2 p.m., bro. It gonna get to a point that I'll do a live stream like that. I'll just spark a live stream like 2 p.m. and all the way to like 2 p.m. Like, that's low-key crazy. Sparking a stream for 2 p.m. that day and all the way to the next day at 2 p.m. Bro, that's some good quality hours right there. I ain't lying.
And make more money. And speaking about money, PlaqueBoyMax's most viewed video has over 7 million views. YouTube's got this thing called CPM and RPM, which means cost per mil and revenue per mil. CPM is how much money advertisers are willing to pay for your content per 1,000 views. YouTube takes a 45% cut, which turns into RPM, which is how much you get paid per 1,000 views. PlaqueBoyMax makes entertainment content, which has an average CPM of $2.74. With YouTube's 45% cut, his RPM would be $1.51.
Not bad. It's bigger than Phantom stuff. Phantom stuff was like $2.64, and like I think Duke stuff was like, was it like $2.54? Yeah, I think it was like $2.54. And Corey stuff was like, I gotta remember what Corey stuff. No, Corey stuff was same as how Max was like two.
I just gave you that info. I'll leave you guys to do the math.
It was $2.64.
As to how much PlaqueBoyMax made off of that one video. If you can't do it yourself, don't worry. I explain it later on in the video, so keep watching. By the end of January,
yeah, bro, we not watching that.
2022, Max had surpassed over 30,000 YouTube subscribers. The momentum continued to build for Max, and as he kept on streaming and uploading, by March 2022, PlaqueBoyMax had crossed 50,000 YouTube subscribers, and his reach extended beyond his main YouTube channels. On April 10th, 2022, Max uploaded a video on his vlog channel at the time called Max Touches Grass, now renamed to Maxwell Dent. Well, actually renamed to PBM, because Max literally just changed the username as I was recording this, showcasing a basketball 1v1 against the rapper Young Chris.
Oh my god, three-way.
There was a bet that whoever won would give the other person money. Max ended up winning the 1v1 and Chris gave Max $2,500.
$2,500. Tonight.
All right, we good.
It's only been under a year since Max started streaming. Bro was locked in, grinding all day and night, until he finally reached an insane milestone. On April 12th, 2022, PlaqueBoyMax officially hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yo, why playing with me right now?
First, shout out to my family, because if I went to college right now, I know that I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably be in the books right now studying. So shout out my family for allowing me to be a dropout and a dumb. If they didn't do that, bro, where would I be right now?
And this wasn't just a one-time thing. It rippled across different platforms. 3 days later, on April 15th, 2022, Max officially hit 50,000 followers on Twitch. Max did it. He survived the hardest part of being a streamer, starting off and trying to build yourself up. This validated his gap year and helped him start growing his empire. This was just the beginning. The next phase would see him push boundaries, make even crazier connections, and solidify his place as a one-of-a-kind force in online entertainment. 2022 was the year of explosive growth. Out of the entire year, there were only 2 months where Max didn't gain at least 10,000 followers on Twitch. This was showing that his strategy with posting his content on YouTube was a great idea. And at this point of time, Max was averaging at over 1,000 to 2,000 viewers per stream.
Around this time, I was averaging like 1,000, 2,000 viewers.
Max just kept growing and growing so fast that on July 3rd, 2022, PlaqueBoyMax crossed over 100,000 followers on Twitch. And in that same month, he hit 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. Everything was looking up for Max. But you don't get to this level without a little drama. Up until this point, Max had been mostly beef-free. But that all changed in late 2022. Max ran into the underground's final boss of beef, the rapper and artist, Jace. At this time,
to this day, Jace is like, how old is Jace? Let's see. Let me see how old is Jace is, bro. And he's still in the underground. I feel like they should have some levels of what age you should be in the underground. Okay. All right. You're 23. You're good. Now, you were 30, something like that, and you still in the underground? Might need to go ahead and go to different choices. But, you know, ain't no way. Yeah, Jason was one of the biggest haters. And then later down the line, he wanted to be the dude friend and stuff like that and all that.
period, Jace was hit with snitching allegations after outing another rapper. And the reason why this was so bad was because Jace portrayed this image as a hard and tough rapper. People didn't like the fact that Jace snitched because it was like he was faking his image. But Max reacted on his stream saying that even if Jace was a snitch, he'd still listen to his music.
I reacted to his beef where he supposedly snitched on Summers. Whether he did or not, I don't care. And I said, oh, he snitched, but I'll still listen to his music. I don't care.
Now, unfortunately, Jace took it the wrong way and called Max weird as hell. This ended up with Max dropping a diss track on Jace, remixing his own songs. The beef climaxed on Instagram Live, where Jace accused Max for using clip pages for clout, not even realizing that Max wasn't in control of them. It was Max's fans that were running those accounts.
Like, I'm trying to be cordial right now. I'm not going for no swag, nothing.
Be cordial too, but you're just not answering these questions.
This beef, which took place over November and December 2022, was rocket fuel for Max's channel. In November alone, Max gained just under 80,000 Twitch followers, a massive chunk of his growth for the entire year. This drama propelled him to newer heights. By December 1st, 2022, PlaqueBoyMax flew past 200,000 followers on Twitch, and in that same month, he hit 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. On top of the fact that Max kept on dropping My Viewers videos, like his December 11th upload, Helping My Viewers Riz Girls, which is now sitting at over 7 million views.
The Helping My Viewers Riz Girls was like one of the first vids that kind of got like really pushed.
Max ended off the 2022 year strong, and 2023 was the year he solidified his community.
And that's the year I started, 2023.
Max pretty much built an entire universe of recurring characters from his Discord, a cast of random people who became stars in their own right. His viewers would tune in every stream to follow the storylines of the characters. People like Noor, a Palestinian refugee in Malaysia, Dabo and Twizzler, who were two teenagers struggling with girls.
The future that we can have together is like it's like expanding to a whole new level. Like, by the way, did I ask what's your pronouns?
And Gaz, a dude with a shiesty who constantly roasted Max. As time went on, the milestones kept coming. On January 7th, 2023, PlaqueBoyMax hit 300,000 followers on Twitch. And by March 2023, Max had reached 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, followed by 400,000 Twitch followers on April 18th, 2023. Max's growth was non-stop. And by late 2023, Max evolved his content again, launching his unique Song Wars and Diss Wars formats, where he would get rappers and creators to make songs with them on stream and vote who made the best song. These competitions blended music creation and reaction culture, filling a space nobody ever else was. Max was a true genius. Max even had the opportunity to go to the AMP house, which is a creator collective called Any Means Possible that consists of Kai Cenat, Duke Dennis, Agent 00, Phantom, Chris Next Door, and I'm Davis. Max wasn't just getting bigger with his numbers, he was getting recognized and respected by other creators, artists, and celebrities. And after a year of incredible growth in 2023, Max found himself in another bigger beef in early 2024. It all started when Max laughed at a leaked message of Bruce Drop 'Em Off dissing another streamer named
Yep. And then this little beef was going on, and then I think that died down, and after that,
Convy.
So when I reacted to that, Bruce basically called, what did he call Convy? He wants to slap him something, right? And so I seen that I had laughed when I was reacting. I was, y'all know, it's funny. It's a funny joke.
And after a series of escalations, including Convy making a video titled Convy Steals PlaqueBoyMax's Girl.
Yeah, he posted his vid, Convy Steals PlaqueBoyMax Girl. I don't know why he really did this. It was out of left field. I'm like, why did he post it?
Max reacted to a viral situation involving Convy's aunt, who owns an OF account.
So obviously we all seen Zia's butt Convy aunt live on national television, and it was like, yo, damn, this hilarious, but his aunt bad though.
This led to Max getting banned from Twitch, and while Max was banned, Convy celebrated Max's downfall on stream.
Wait, you don't like him, Convy? No, don't care. Why?
Yeah!
And in response, Max pulled out the ultimate finishing move. On January 30th, 2024, PlaqueBoyMax dropped a song called Man of Steel 2, a high-quality, full-blown diss track against Convy, and the song went completely viral, sitting at almost 2 million views as of today.
I'm the man with steel. Where your aunt? She a sex slave. She be in the field.
Especially at a time when streamer diss tracks were considered dead, Max single-handedly revived the genre. This beef was the first time many people had ever heard of PlaqueBoyMax, and it catapulted him to a new level of internet fame. And Max's numbers from this period was insane. On January 16th, 2024, PlaqueBoyMax hit 600,000 followers on Twitch. And after the diss track drop, his YouTube channel exploded. exploded, hitting over 800,000 subscribers in February 2024. Shortly after, Max got his Twitch account back, and just like the Jace beef, he and Convy are now cool, and I guess you would say they're friends now. Max would also hit 10,000 Twitch subscribers in February 2024 as well. The Convy beef was a pivotal moment. Max had proven he could not only navigate the internet drama, but turn it into a career-defining viral event. Max was no longer just a streamer in the underground scene. He was a major player in the creator space, and 2024 was just getting started. Even before the next big move, Max's influence as a tastemaker was undeniable. Back in 2024, his Song Wars format created a viral moment for an unknown artist at the time named LaserDim700, whose song Asian Rock blew up after being...
Hold on, had to grab the stick. Hold on, had to grab the stick. Wait, hold on, had to grab the stick. Hold on, had to grab a stick and grab the chopper. No give. Oh.
played on stream. However, his
that's just a thing. But if he take that, I'll let him have it. Had to grab a stick. Had to grab the chopper. Cooking shit like a fool's a lopper.
This led to a brief but intense beef. After a misunderstanding involving LaserDim's management, it led Max to believe that he was being used as a stepping stone.
I'm not gonna let use me as some stepping stone and
9
some
months
little pushover streamer.
hearts,
That go, oh yeah, this gonna move my career forward. Then we do that. Okay, how you gonna try to give it to me, bro? What the and pay it and do it, dog? Bro, I put my heart and soul into, and it's like blatantly disrespect me, bro.
And I can understand where Max is coming from. Imagine working so hard to get where you're at today, only to not get the respect you feel like you deserve. But it's okay, Max still had his supportive community and influence. No surprise that the legacy organizations were taking notice. By that time, a legendary group called the FaZe Clan was seen by everybody as being on a downward trend. They were originally a Call of Duty organization that expanded to other games, and then eventually expanded to vlogging, streaming, and other forms of entertainment. Over time, the roster got changed a lot, and a lot of old members left or got kicked out, and it just wasn't feeling like the same old FaZe for fans anymore. FaZe Banks, which is one of the leaders of FaZe, started a massive revamp, bringing in a new wave of creators who were actually driving the culture. Alongside streamers like Lacey, Silky, Jason, Stable Ronaldo, and Your Rage, PlaqueBoyMax was chosen for the new roster. On April 28th, 2024, PlaqueBoyMax was officially announced as one of the first new members of the revived FaZe Clan.
Alright, let's dip.
Where are we going?
I just gotta stop, pick some up real quick. It'll only take a second.
I bet.
And he personally announced it to his fans on May 4th, 2024. And the impact was crazy. On May 13th, 2024, PlaqueBoyMax hit 700,000 followers on Twitch. He immediately went to work, launching his iconic In the Booth series. Similar to Song Wars and Diss Wars, but instead, Max is actually bringing on artists to come and make music with him in his studio. This is where Max and LaserDim reconciled and squashed their beef, and they made a viral hit called Laced Max, live for everybody to see. And the official music video, which premiered just a few days later on May 15th, 2024, exploded, and it's now sitting at over 7.7 million views. Max followed this with an insane display of work ethic, a 100-day streaming challenge, which rolled into a 30-day FaZe subathon, a crazy emotional roller coaster that still gave him over 80,000 Twitch subscribers. And at some point during the subathon, Max was so happy at his position that he called his parents to say thank you for everything they did for him.
Hey, Mom.
Unbelievable.
I know. I appreciate you so much. I wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you guys for making me who I am today. You know, I appreciate it.
Max. I love you.
I love you too, Mom.
W Max, W family, man. Even though Max was proud of his accomplishments, he was a true hustler. He kept grinding with things like 25 days of FaZemas. Max's milestones were just piling up, and this wasn't the end. On June 20th, 2024, Max had hit 800,000 followers on Twitch. And just a month later, on July 11th, 2024, after non-stop grinding, Max blew past 900,000 followers on Twitch again. And in the same month, he hit 900,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I know it just sounds like I'm just talking about milestones, but this is how crazy Max was growing. The climax of Max's summer grind came on July 23rd, 2024, when Max officially hit an incredible 1 million followers on Twitch. And then he finished off 2024 by hitting another crazy goal. On October 21st, 2024, Max had officially hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
1 million!
All those years of grinding finally paid off for Max. He was now one of the biggest streamers in the world. Max's career and influence would completely explode after this. To finish off 2024, Max teamed up with another content creator named DDG to create the track Pink Dreads, with the initial version dropping on YouTube on December 24th, 2024, which went viral on social media, especially TikTok. 2024 had to be one of the craziest years for Max, but 2025 was gonna be even crazier, as one of the most powerful figures in online entertainment recognized him. In January of 2025, Max found himself at the center of multiple controversies, taking a moral stand against DJ Academics and pushing back against Drake's dismissive comments about him, with Max eventually squashing.
But nobody care about him. Anyway, well, what was that right here? Right here. I would never squash that. To be honest with you, that's me though. They do it. Talk about me personally. I'm not squashing no beef with that dude. I don't care who he is. I don't care.
Earning a follow from Drake and having a chaotic stream with Fabio Foreign and Lil TJ, as they wouldn't stop smoking inside of the Airbnb that Max had rented for the stream. So Max had to tell them to leave because they were being disrespectful. In that same month, Max collaborated with the UK superstar Central C, releasing the track 24 Hours on January 24th, 2025, further solidifying Max's international reach. Max's influence in the music industry just continued to grow. On March 8th, 2025, he dropped an In the Booth session with a legendary UK artist named Skepta, and that wasn't it. A week later, Max did an In the Booth session with Will Smith, a literal Hollywood celebrity and legend that most of us grew up on. That is so crazy, man. On May 6, 2025, Max then uploaded a video doing his first ever concert, and the event was packed, and Max brought up a solid roster of artists to perform: Nino Pay, D Savage, Laser Dim 700, Xavier So Based, Basswag, and 41 the Rap Group. With consistency and countless streams, later, on June 10th, 2025, Max hit 2 million followers on Twitch. And if that wasn't enough, on July 21st, 2025, Max broke the internet, hitting a record peak of over 196,000 concurrent viewers during a single stream. In just over a year, Max had joined and revitalized the world's biggest gaming organization, created a new genre of live music content, navigated industry beef, and built an unshakable community that followed him both online and real life. Max wasn't a part of the culture, he was creating the culture, one stream at a time. But while Max was dominating the streaming world, he was
low-key crazy. I hope I could do some stuff like that though, like low-key. Cause you know, I'm an artist too. I'm a rapper too, bro. In the end of the day. So I hope y'all know that I'm an artist too. So if you did check my channel out, and you go down, you see other channels and stuff, go all the way down, you see channels and stuff. That's my rapper channel. I had added it like 2 days ago. So y'all know. Yeah, nigga, that's me.
also making his biggest business moves yet. Max dropped his Song Wars EP in January 2025, followed by the self-released London EP on March 20th, 2025. Max would also drop the Atlanta EP on May 23rd, 2025, featuring artists like Quavo, DJ Drama, and Flo Milli. And just a couple days later, Max announced that he signed a major record deal with Field Trip Recordings and Capitol Records. Max had become one of the first creators to successfully merge raw live streaming culture with a mainstream record label pathway, and this deal was backed by the full force of his 5-star community, which he had built into more than just a fan base. It was his own record label, and using platforms like BandLab, Max hosted live tryouts on stream, signing artists on the spot and creating a true movement. With the deal signed, Max immediately dropped his debut tape, Five Forever, on May 30th, 2025, and the project was a massive success, pulling in 10 million streams across platforms and 6,700
at one point, everybody was hating on. No. They had people hating on this album. That's why I tell y'all, go back and listen. Listen it twice. When you're on the game, listen to this album. You gotta listen to it twice though. twice, at least twice. If you don't listen to this twice and then you just got a hateful mindset and saying, oh yeah, this is trash, this is garbage, this is no. That's why you thinking this is trash. No, it wasn't. And that too much music, that's actually a good album he dropped. I ain't lying to you. I like that album.
In its first week. And to cap off this incredible run, on June 2025, Max was featured on the globally charting single Victory Lap with Fred Again and Skepta. In less than a year, Max went from just a streamer reacting to music to an artist charting with global superstars. He built his own label, signed a major deal, and proved that an authentic community-driven creator could not only exist in the traditional music industry, but also redefine its rules. But with everything good happening for Max, unfortunately, in life, good times aren't 24/7. On August 5th, 2025, Max dropped a video titled I Left FaZe Clan, and he announced his departure from FaZe.
But yes, I'm leaving FaZe. I can't fully go into depth why I'm leaving FaZe, but I am leaving and I'm ready to, embark on my journey and work the hardest I ever have in my career. Do whatever I gotta do to make Five-Star the biggest possible, make myself the biggest possible.
In Max's video, Max didn't really give any clear reasons as to why he left, partly because FaZe makes them sign an NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement, and maybe Max probably felt uncomfortable spilling the full reason. But later on, Max would explain why.
I don't own FaZe. I want to build something. I'm gonna make this Five-Star the biggest. And me, the biggest ever. That don't mean I don't what he says. That don't mean I won't what he says. That don't mean I won't do what he says. I love them, they're my boy. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm gonna do what I feel is right for me. And then when you see the work out down the line, you'll see what I mean.
Even though this was sad news to the rest of FaZe and Max's fans, the split was a strategic move for Max to double down on his own brand and Five-Star. And Max proved he didn't need the FaZe tag. Just days later, on August 10th, 2025, Max uploaded a video of his in the booth session with the rapper Lil Baby. On top of that, Max had even more successful moments. And I'm gonna speed run through this because it's a lot. He collaborated with DDG again to drop No Dreads, a sequel to their hit song Pink Dreads, which is funny because both of them don't have dreads anymore. Max was seen hotboxing in a car with Kai Cenat,
Snoop Dogg, which Khalifa, DJ Ghost, and
and DJ Ghost, playing them his unreleased music.
Hey, how you forget Wiz Khalifa?
On Kai's Mafiathon 3, and the ultimate cosign came from Kai himself.
I like chopping it up with Mike Che. I don't know. Me and Max be having some good conversations off stream. Max gets it. His community Five-Star. Y'all take care of him, bro.
And Max was also booked to perform at the 16th birthday party for Lil Wayne's son, Lil Novi. And Lil Wayne's other son, Cameron Carter, was rapping PlaqueBoyMax's song, Yacht, word for word. Even Max's father, Keith Dent, was inspired, starting his own Twitch page where he gives life advice on stream and a YouTube channel. Max now averages over 30,000 viewers per stream. But even though Max was having an incredible peak, in mid-September 2025, Max's grind came to a sudden stop. The news broke that Max had been rushed to the hospital.
Max said he was sleeping and he just woke up, his shoulder was hurting, and while he was driving to the hospital, I feel bad, he really looked sick. While he drove to the hospital, he just started throwing up.
And it was revealed that he was battling a shoulder injury and nerve pain that left him unable to move his neck or right arm.
It's PlaqueBoy. I said today, be grateful for everything you have because you never know when you won't have it anymore, bro.
Max went further into detail with the situation in another video.
I've been in the hospital for like 10 days now, bro. I got a super bad infection. Doctors saying they never seen an infection like this. I shouldn't be lasting this long in the hospital. First checked in like September 15th, bro. Infection was so bad I couldn't move my arm at all. It hurt like hell when I walked, bro. I could barely walk. I was moving around it like Hunchback Notre Dame. I'm starting to regain some movement and motion in my arm. I don't know when I'm gonna get deported. They been said they was gonna deport me. I hope that I get out soon. I hope y'all doing well. Without y'all and God, I am nothing. Facts. I've just been thinking.
Hey, that's the most realist you could be right there. I ain't lying to you, son. And I never pray that to happen to nobody in general in life. Like, but without y'all, I would have been nothing either. And I know we on 295, not 200, 395 subscribers right now, but sooner or later that's going to change. That's going to be like 400, 500, and it's going to get to 1,000, and then sooner or later this channel will hit a million. I don't know what million we going to stop at, but it's going to be a million though.
about life. I've learned and realized a lot. I'm just grateful for everything, bro. The world need more positivity and love, and I want to be that. I appreciate all the get well wishes. I'm gonna be all right. Hopefully I'm out soon. I don't know when I'm gonna get out, but I gotta get healthy first, and I gotta make sure I'm right.
I'm glad he's okay, but I really feel bad for Max, and I know that really sucks. And genuinely, I hope he gets better sometime soon. And when he does come out of the hospital, focuses on his health over streaming for the time being, until he gets his energy and body functions back. But even in the hospital, Max's personality shone through, with his cousin Fatboy Dip posting a funny short video with him dancing around the room while Max slept. And on top of that, Max was grinding while he was still in the hospital. He was recording music from his hospital bed, despite the infection he had.
Yo, this Max working in the hospital. The song he made was crazy though, chat.
That goes to show you this man is a real hard worker. And I don't want to give any unwanted advice, but he still needs to take it easy. Much respect to Max though. The hospital situation was truly a sad and tragic thing to happen to Max. But luckily this doom and gloom would end right here. On October 1st, 2025, PlaqueBoyMax was officially discharged from the hospital and was preparing to start streaming again. Shortly after, Max filmed and uploaded the No Dreads music video with DDG on YouTube, and Max even added a new verse. And the good news doesn't stop here, because shortly after this, Fred again, a record producer, officially submitted Victory Lap featuring Skepta and PlaqueBoyMax for Best Dance Electronic Recording at the 68th Annual Grammy Awards. If they're nominated, PlaqueBoyMax could become the first ever streamer to be nominated for and potentially win a Grammy Award. I'm not sure if you guys know how serious that is, but Max is literally gonna make history if or when this goes through, but time will tell. We're now nearing the end of 2025, and PlaqueBoy,
yeah, he got to a point. I think he got nominated, but I don't think they won.
Max has a combined total of 2.8 million subscribers off of all 8 of his YouTube channels, over 2.2 million on Twitch, over 8.7 million monthly listeners on Spotify, over 570,000 on TikTok, over 800,000 on Instagram, and over 306k on X, aka Twitter. All this wasn't possible without PlaqueBoyMax's drive and supportive family and friends around him. Having a good and supportive family and friends is a game changer in your success in life. It's not to say that it's impossible if you don't have a good and supportive family unit or friends, but it definitely makes it easier. And as his influence grew, it became clear that his impact went far beyond just the numbers. But PlaqueBoyMax's success was way beyond just business. His influence stretched far past streaming and music, turning him into a legitimate force in pop culture. He started by simply doing what came naturally, and the internet took notice. His music and clips became viral trends, his outfits became cultural trademarks, and he helped solidify the respect that creators, streamers, and YouTubers can be a powerful force in the traditional music industry. Max has done endless crossovers with celebrities and rappers, solidifying his public profile, and Max even got multiple awards. In 2023, Max was nominated for the Best Breakthrough Streamer at the Streamer Awards. 1 year later, he won the Best Creative Arts Streamer at the 2024 Streamer Awards.
Next award goes to the only creators on the platform who actually create things. Best Creative Arts Streamer is PlaqueBoyMax.
Hey!
First off, I'd like to thank God. Without him, none of this is possible. I'd like to thank my friends and family back home. But most importantly,
hey man, I can't wait. I got to picture me now holding one of those, bro. It's all the crazy stuff we about to do on the platform when we start live streaming. It's up.
I'd like to thank 5 Star. Next time I hold a trophy, it's gonna be a Grammy. Thank you.
And in 2025, PlaqueBoyMax was named on the 10th spot in the 2025 XXL freshman class, a massive cosign from one of hip-hop's most sacred institutions. But Max declined it because he wanted to focus on himself. He appreciated the offer though, and Rolling Stone magazine officially dubbed him Rap's Gen Z tastemaker. This real-world fame brought a level of stardom that few creators ever achieved. But ultimately, PlaqueBoyMax didn't just grow an audience. He inspired a generation of creators and musicians. His content style, humor, and cutthroat personality showed that building a personal brand is all about being relatable, authentic, and funny. He showed us that you can amass millions of followers and still be one of the most charismatic people in the game by mastering your skills, being consistent, and most importantly, being yourself. PlaqueBoyMax is one of the most successful creators in the industry, all at the young age of 22, soon to be 23. And he came a long way.
Oh, okay, hold on, Max. I didn't know you was an April baby. Hold on. Hold on. I share money with a famous person? Oh. Say you swear. Aha.
Wait, he's making millions at this point. That brings me on to my next segment.
All right, we're not, money watching, because I ain't no money watching person. But hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media, pop on the screen. Lay y'all to the bottom of my heart. We're on the road to 500, and I'm out.